Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Mefaruk.
And my name is Akila binti Aznat.
So we'll be presenting the first half of our big book project. So first of all, we would like to wish you the best of health and speedy recovery for your health and your son. And hopefully, you and your son will get better.
We miss you, madam.
Yeah. Okay. So our big book project is themed superhero, where the cover and the title is called Superbook for superhero. As you can see, the title, we have the main characters of the fable as well as the short story. So when you open the book, the first thing that you can see is the poem and the introduction. So I'm just going to read this quickly. Hello readers, you will be embarking on a fun educational journey where you will learn and grow as a superhero of your own story. Along your journey through this book, you will get to know all kinds of superheroes and what they do, and how you can become one too. You will also be introduced to new vocabulary and good superheroes value that you can follow to become one yourself. So this is the start of our big book project, and hopefully you'll enjoy.
Okay, so we prepared 3 poems for you, and I will read for you the first one. So we decided to choose an acrostic poem that we made on our own. Thanks, Farouk. And it tells a really short and simple story on how every kid can be a superhero in their own world. So we chose to handwrite this poem as we decided to design this page as an exercise book page. So there's the day and the date, and also the lines to indicate that this page is an exercise book. So handwriting it is much suitable for this part of the book. Plus, we also made a simple activity using Velcro. You can see this is the pouch where we keep it. And also, let's do the activity. Okay, first of all, we have helping. These are the hints that we made so that the kids will understand what they have to do. So the first one is helping. This one indicates people, so they have to search for the words. This is school. Where's people? Okay, this is people. Helping people is what I do, especially when they need me to. Round and round the school I go, over and under, looking for foes. Wait, it's up. Okay, over and under, looking for foes. Inside the classroom, where it seems safe, carefully watching over the place. That's the whole poem. So this can help them to understand and answer simple sentences, and it's also an activity to make them focus more on their work. Plus, we also designed the page with stars, because usually in schools, teachers give their students stars to indicate that they've done a good job. So giving them motivation, and we'll encourage them to read the poem fully and understand it, and it will show that they've done a really good job. So plus stars and the felt, the Velcro and all, make good material designs that will ensure the children are attracted to read it. Okay, that's all for the first page.
So for the second poem in the big book, we have Heroes as the title. So as you can see in the page itself, it shows differences. A lot of different colors used and different fonts. So to cover the poem itself, the first stanza describes how heroes can come in different shapes and sizes. The second stanza describes what heroes do. The third one describes how the person who is reading this can be a hero too. So this highlights how heroes can come from all around the readers, whether they may or may not know. And yeah, the whole page itself screams out differences, where it teaches good moral value for the kids, where they learn to understand one another and how they can be different and a hero in their own story. So that's the whole poem. And
Okay,
next we
moving
have
on.
the third poem.
Which will be presented by our other members.
So, okay, my name is Farah Adila binti Muhammad Fisal. So, for the third poem in our book is entitled, I Am a Superhero. As you can see, this particular poem emphasizes on action verbs, new vocabularies, which it teaches the children new vocabulary, especially action verbs. So as you can see right here, the font is a bit different compared to others. Why? Because I mentioned earlier, we would like to emphasize on action verbs, so that is why the font is a bit different. As for the doodles at the end of every sentence, every lines, it symbolizes, it represents the action verb itself. For example, I can jump. So the doodle there represent jump, as well as fly, cook, swim, climb, run, hide, and stretch. So the purpose of having all of this doodle is can evoke the children's senses as well, especially touch or tactile. So that is basically all for our last poem.
So coming next, the short story part of the big book project. So I welcome our next members. Your name?
So hello, my name is Nur Hanani binti Mat Ikram.
Hi, my name is Nur Syazwani binti Zulkarnain.
So we both did our part for the short story, and our short story is entitled "The Day I Lost My Superpowers." And so the synopsis of the story is, it's about a girl who believes she had superpowers, and it shows. And the story shows about her days with her superpowers, about how she can make things disappear, how she can make things change color. And it actually came to a part where she fell down and she thought that her superpower had just vanished. And then when she started crying, her mom came and actually gave her magic pills, and she found out that her mom too has superpower just like her. So what readers can actually learn from this short story is that even people with superpower have weaknesses too. And this child, she does not actually have a superpower, but she believes she has them. So it means that even ordinary people who believe they have superpowers can, live their life very happily. And she found out that her mom has superpowers too, and she, just discovered how amazing her mom is. Instead of, just focusing on herself, she focused on other people too, like her mom. Okay, now moving on to the stylistic of this short story.
Okay, so for our short story, we use the simplest font, as it is easier for the child to read and understand the story. Moreover, we also use a big font to emphasize the adjectives, verb, and also introduce a new vocabulary such as fly, invisible. It is such a new vocab for the children. And also, plus we try to make it more interactive for this book by using different colors and also different decorations for this book. And also we try to appeal to the child's senses by making this image flip. And also you search for the key and make the cat moves. So we really put so much effort in making this short story to make it more interactive, and also want to attract the students' attention when they read this book.
So that is all for our short story. Now we can move on to the fables.
Okay, my name is Nur Hamiza binti Ramli.
My name is Nur Hanani binti Abdurrahman.
So for the next is we're going to talk about the fable entitled Dinner of the Lion. So This story is about a lion that kills another animal in the forest and eat them as his dinner. But everything changed when one fine day, this clever hare suddenly comes up with an idea on how to teach the lion a lesson. And fortunately, the idea was a big success, and the other animals in the forest don't have to live in fear of the lion anymore. We choose this fable because we want to motivate the kids to be brave to defend themselves. And hero doesn't always comes in big sizes like we always watch in the television. Superheroes will have powers, big and strong, but we want them to understand that even the small one, like this one small hair, can actually be a superhero and protect the other people. So for the stylistic, we chose we decided to illustrate this scene in a picture because a whole lengthy story would be very boring for the kids to read. So we decided to put a lot of pictures, pop-out pictures, in order to enhance their sense of touch. So while they read, they can see the pictures, they can visualize the situation of how the story flows. And for the colors, we use very bright colors because we know kids are very attracted to cute and bright things, and that's why we use this. And that's all.
Okay. To answer the questions that you wanted us to answer for each group, so the first one, you asked why you chose those works for the compilation. So the book is themed superheroes, where kids nowadays would say that their superheroes would be Superman and Spider-Man, which is unrealistic for them to aspire to be because they cannot fly and they cannot shoot webs. But in this book, they can see that superheroes can come in different sizes, shapes, and even themselves. People around them, like the mom in the short story. So that's why we chose these sets of compilations of stories and poems to show the kids that they can also be a superhero themselves. So
Okay.
that's the first question. So why you chose those fonts, styles, etc. based on our
Okay. Well, we chose these fonts and all these colors because firstly, the fonts are big and simple because as we know, children won't understand if the fonts are too complicated for them, and they will also be confused on what are the words written. So that's why we chose big fonts and simple because our age range is around 6 to 8 years old. So, and also we chose these colors because they are vibrant and colorful, and we don't want the book to be dull. So, it will attract the children's attention and it will be fun for them to read it. And this book will also make them more interested and motivated and encourage them to read more and to imagine more and live their childhood with happiness. Okay, so for the other questions, we'll invite our other group members.
So next, why it would be a hit among Malaysian audience? It is because the Marvel and DC superheroes fever are hitting the globe, and Malaysia is not an exception. Well, what more can a child ask for a book nowadays? A superhero theme or a superhero book concept would be served as an alternative reading materials as compared to the old Princess Tales collection. So in choosing this theme, which is superhero, would definitely be a hit nowadays.
Okay, so for the fourth question, challenges and obstacles in making the big book project. So, you know, every aspect of the big book is actually very challenging. And you know, from choosing what poems we should put in, what short stories we should put in, what fables we should put in, And even to assembling this whole big book is very, very challenging, and it requires a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of dedication. We actually spent 2 whole weeks, just staying at the faculty until it's late, until 7 p.m. And yeah, it requires a lot of time, a lot of effort. And also it requires a lot of money. We spent a lot on this project, but the final project is
Worth
the
it.
final product is very worth it.
Down to the last question.
Okay, for the last question, what you thought would be easy, but it is actually not. So for our group, the hardest thing to do for us is choosing the collection of literature to be put into a book and make it as a big book. There's not so many superhero related poem, fable, or even a story, or even a short story. And we decided to make our own and alter some of the degree. But even with things to write at hand, the challenge that we face is how we need to put the materials that we have gathered into a big book. But through a careful planning and well-thought design, we managed to pull it off.
So that's all for our big book project. So the superhero team Superbook for superhero is done. Now for the last final picture, Avengers assemble! 1, 2, screenshot!